Welcome and thank you for joining me for this computer word processing tutorial. Now, word processing is using a computer to create, edit and print documents. These documents may include letters, they may include circulars, they may include memos. Now, there are different examples of word processors. For example, Microsoft Office. Microsoft Office has a word processor called Microsoft Office Word. Now, of course, that one is has been developing from one point to another. At first, they had it to 97. They went to 2003. They moved on to 2007. Then of late they have had 2010. Adobe has what we call Adobe PageMaker. Shall not be looking at that one, but for your own revision, you can go on and find out more about it. Abbey Word. We have Linux has what we call the OpenOffice.org. You can also use it for documenting, writing documents and all that. Today, we want to specifically go to Microsoft Office Word. We're going to look at the edition of 2007. Now, like we said, Microsoft Office Word is simply a word processor. So, in other words, it will help you to write documents, but just that it will be quick and efficient as you do this with the personal emails, with the personal documents, with the personal circulars, and all those things that require documenting. So, how do we begin with Word? This is how we start. For you to get to Microsoft Word, we are going to go to the Office button, which is in the left corner, bottom left corner. So you can see that at this point you can see start on it. When you hover over it, there is a start. You click on it, you realize the most recently accessed to documents come up. Now, if you have used Microsoft Office Word 2007 recently, it will be among these ones here. So that one is simple. You will just click on it, left click, and then it will open up. But in a case where you have not used it very recently, then it means you will have to open this, click on this to open it up, then go to all programs. You look for what we call Microsoft Office. Click on it again, left click, and then look for Microsoft Office Word 2007. It's here. Click on it and it will open up. This is the interface of Microsoft Office Word 2007. So we are going to be looking at the different tabs that are involved, the different groupings that are involved, and see how we can use them to make a document. The interface in it itself has different components. We have, let's begin with the app here. As you can see, there is a name here, Document 1 Microsoft Word. This is what we call the title bar up here. When you write a name or name your document, that name appears up here. So we call it the title bar. It's the reference. On the left here is what we call the quad, quick access toolbar. Now this one is used to access things we want to access easily, because some of them are put in other tabs. For example, this one is save. It's here in quad. If we were supposed to access save in the normal way without it being here at quad, we were supposed to come to this Office button, click on it, and then look for save in here. But the quick access toolbar around here gives us easy access to some of these things. We simply add them here, and then instead of going through the long process, we simply come here and click on them. That is the quick access toolbar. We can add more or remove whatever we want. For example, this draw table, it's already active. If we unclick it, it will not appear here. This one is open. We can also remove it, open. But we can also add. For example, click on add, and then you shall have them back there. Then we have this one here, which we call the Office button. Like you can see up there, they're saying click here to open, save, or print, and see everything else you can do with your document. This helps us to edit this Word document. It has very many things. New, that is for a new document. You want to open up another document, just click on this one. It will ask you blank document, and you will say create. Yes, that is the one I want. Now you can see it's now named document 2. The other one was named document 1. So that is how open new works. You want a new document, you want to leave the other one there, you are still working on it, but you want another one to work on again, open up there. Then there is open. Open is to open up documents you have already worked on and you want to open while still working on this one. Maybe you want to reference, you want to go to another document to see before you come back and continue with this one. Just click on this and then it will ask you which document you want, because mostly they are saved in documents library. So you just come here knowing the name of the document you are looking for, you will highlight it and then you click on open down here and it will open. And it will open later to Alan. And then now we go to the other one is save. Like I was saying, save, we could access this from two ways. Depending, any of them you can add any of these ones up here to the quad, the quick access toolbar, and be able to access them in a simple way. So we had seen it here, but now we have it here. Save, when you click on it, save is used to make sure that whatever we are doing in our computer, in our document, is saved, such that possibly when power goes off, we don't lose everything we have done, or when we decide to shut down, we know we have kept a copy in our computer, just like filing some document somewhere and I have kept it. Same thing happens here when we are saving. We save it so that next time we can be able to access it. Now in save as what happens here is they ask us for where we want to keep the document, which most likely the default is documents library. So they will ask you if you want to keep in documents. If you don't want to keep it in documents, on this left side, left pan, there is where else you can keep it. You can keep it on the desktop. You can keep it in that downloads. You can keep it in recent. You simply click on it and then you will be okay. So here we are going to save the name of this document and call it my MS Word 1. It is being saved as a Word document. We can change this, but of course Word document is the default. If you want it to be accessed by those guys who have earlier versions like 97, 2003, school, you can click on this one. Word template. You want to make a template, things like that. We want to save it as an XML, then you can save it. So today we just want it as a Word document. Save. So we are saved. You can see it has even changed the title up here, MS Word 01. We have save as. Save as gives us different options. You can save it as a Word document, a Word template, and any other version of 97 2003. Find add-ins, the PDFs. Then we have print, prepare. We shall be looking at some of this later on. So for now, that is the office button. And we have on the extreme end here, extreme corner here, we have these three signs. We have this, which we call minimize. We have this, which we call restore down, or it's called maximize in case the thing is down. And then this one here is for close. Minimize will collapse this interface here down, such that if you need it, you have to look for it from down. For example, we click on this, it will disappear. But it is still there. We have it closed, we have minimized it. We have collapsed it. It's down here. We can come for it, as you can see. When we hover around here, it appears. So we click on this and it will come back. Okay. Then there's this one here which we call restore down. It is very big. It's covering the whole screen. Now we want it to cover a small portion of the screen, so we click on it and it will restore down. Okay, such that we can use the other part of the screen for something else. That is minimize or restore down. But in a case now we are not using this screen for anything else. It's just this document. We want to maximize it, so we call it maximize. We click on the same button and it will open up. Then there is this last one, the red button in that corner, right corner up there. You click on this, you will close this document automatically. That usually happens after you are done and you are going off, you are closing. So you just click on this and it will close up. And then we have what we call the office ribbon. Now the office ribbon carries different tabs. This one here is what we call the office ribbon. Now it has different tabs. We have home, we have what we call insert, we have page layout, we have references, mailings, review, and view. Now in each of these tabs, they are also what we call groupings. So we have a particular group. For example, clipboard, it covers this: copy, cut, paste, format, printer. We have another grouping which we call font. This one has the font type. If you want to change the font size, the font type, we have the font size here. We have, this is font type. Then there is a font size. We have the bold, italic, underline, all of these things. We shall be looking at them. There is another grouping here called paragraph. If you want to adjust things, for example, you want to number points that you are making, you can use bullets, you can use numbers like this, you can use these ones also. They are all around here in paragraph. You can align text, you can align it to the left, to the right. We shall be looking at many of these things. Line spacing, from one line to another. Shall be looking at all of them. Paragraph. We also have what we call styles. Styles is where we can change the text format. We can have a heading 1, heading 2, title, subtitle. All those are used in styles. Then we have editing. We can find a word, we can replace it, we can select it. That is all under editing. Now this is what we call the Office ribbon. Of course, insert also has its own. Cover page, blank page, page break, table. You want to insert a table, clip art shapes, charts, those are pie charts, line, area, WhatsApp. You can come to insert and you will find them here. Page numbers and all those things. Of course, there are different groupings also here: pages, tables, illustrations, links, head and footer, text, symbols, page layout, paragraph, page setup. All these things are all in here. You click on it and it will show you, to bring out the groupings which are involved in it, like that. So for each of them, of course, you can always have a way of dealing with them. Have a Word document, and then you want to find a way of dealing with them. So let's look at the grouping. For example, home in this case, where we have font, clipboard, font, and all those things, and see how to deal with them.
Little baby up in heaven says to God,